1. Wake up simultaneously every day. It is enticing to rest late on ends of the week, particularly on the off chance that you have had poor rest during the week. Be that as it may, on the off chance that you experience the ill effects of a sleeping disorder, you ought to get up at the same time consistently so as to prepare your body to wake at a reliable time. 2. Wipe out liquor and energizers like nicotine and caffeine. The impacts of caffeine can keep going for a few hours, maybe as long as 24 hours, so its odds influencing rest are noteworthy. Caffeine may cause trouble starting rest, however, may likewise cause vivid enlightenments. Liquor may have a soothing impact for the initial hardly any hours following utilization, yet it would then be able to prompt incessant feelings of excitement and a non-tranquil night's rest. In the event that you are on drugs that go about as energizers, for example, decongestants or asthma inhalers, ask your primary care physician when they should best be taken to help limit any effect on rest. 3. Breaking point snoozes. While napping gives off an impression of being a fitting technique to get the ball really rolling with missed rest, it isn't by and large so. It is basic to develop and keep up a standard rest model and train oneself to associate set down with prompts like duskiness and a solid rest time. Resting can impact the idea of nighttime rest. 4. Exercise routinely. Ordinary exercise can improve rest quality and term. Be that as it may, practicing preceding sleep time can stimulantly affect the body and ought to be stayed away from. Attempt to get done with practicing at any rate 3 hours before you intend to turn in. 5. Cut off exercises in bed. The bed is for sleeping only and that is it. In the event that you experience the ill effects of a sleeping disorder, don't adjust the checkbook, study, or make calls, for instance, while in bed or even in the room, and abstain from sitting in front of the TV or tuning into the radio. Every one of these exercises can expand sharpness and make it hard to nod off. 6. Try not to eat or drink directly before hitting the hay. Having a delayed supper or eating before hitting the sack can enact the stomach-related framework and keep you up. On the off chance that you experience the ill effects of gastroesophageal reflux (GERD) or indigestion, it is considerably increasingly critical to abstain from eating and drinking directly before bed since this can aggravate your side effects. Also, drinking a great deal of liquids before bed can overpower the bladder, requiring successive visits to the restroom that upset your rest. 7. Make your dozing condition agreeable. Temperature, lighting, and clamor ought to be controlled to make the room helpful for falling and staying unconscious. Your bed should feel good, and in the event that you have a pet that rests in the stay with you, consider having the pet rest elsewhere in the event that it will in general make clamor in the night. 8. Get all your stressing over with before you hit the sack. In the event that you discover you lay in bed contemplating tomorrow, think about putting aside a time frame, maybe after supper, to audit the day and to make arrangements for the following day. The objective is to abstain from doing these things while attempting to nod off. It is likewise valuable to make a rundown of business-related errands for the following day before going home. That, at any rate, disposes of one lot of concerns. 9. Diminish pressure. There are various unwinding treatments and stress decrease strategies you might need to attempt to loosen up the psyche and the body before hitting the sack. Models incorporate dynamic muscle unwinding, maybe with sound tapes, profound breathing methods, symbolism, contemplation, and biofeedback. 10. Think about taking part in subjective treatment. Intellectual treatment causes a few people with a sleeping disorder recognize and write improper considerations and convictions that may add to a sleeping disorder. Furthermore, psychological treatment can give you the best possible data about rest standards, age-related rest changes, and help set sensible rest objectives, in addition to other things.